Hi guys! Today I just wanted to share with you my everyday makeup routine. I was considering waiting a little bit longer to do another video, but I've already had so many views on my last one that I was just itching to film another one. I was going to wait until I had enough money to go and purchase a bigger variety of products because I feel like I don't have a lot to show you guys right now. Some of my products are actually not even sold anymore, like the e.l.f. eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using today. I will link a similar palette in the down bar, so take a look at that. I will also be linking all the products that I do use that are still available. So this is basically just my everyday throw it on and go kind of makeup. Very simple, very easy. You of course can glam this look up by adding false lashes, adding a little bit of color to your eyeshadow, and of course glamming it up with lipstick like I do sometimes, which I'll be showing you in this look today. If you liked this video today, please leave a comment letting me know if you liked this look or if you didn't, or what you would change in your day-to-day makeup routine. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe so you can see any of my future videos. I will also leave links below to my Instagram and Snapchat, so be sure to follow me on there as well. If you want to see how I achieved this look today, just keep on watching. I hope that didn't mess up my lipstick. I always start off with a nice clean face. I have already put moisturizer on. I use Nivea Mattifying Day Care, I believe. I'll link it in the down bar for you. And then I go in with my primer. Right now I'm using the Maybelline Master Prime Blur and Smooth. I've really been enjoying this one. I only started using primer a couple of months ago, and this is only the second one I've tried. The one I tried before this was an e.l.f. one, and I wasn't a big fan of that one, but I'm liking this one so far. I like to pat it mostly in my really oily areas because I have very oily skin. Now before I go in with my foundation, I like to do a little bit of color correcting. Right now I'm just using the Wet n Wild Coverall Correcting Palette. And as you can see, there's not much product left because I use the yellow and green a lot. I like to take a small eyeshadow brush. I start with the yellow, just get a little bit of that on my brush, and just go in under my eyes where my bags are the worst. The yellow counteracts any bluish purplish spots, and you only want to go where you're actually seeing that blue on your skin, because anywhere else it'll just show up yellow. So once I have the under eyes done, I go in with the green and cover up any redness or any blemishes I have. And right now my skin is not very nice because I'm adjusting to some new medication for my PCOS. So it's been freaking out a little bit. And once I have the green on, I go in with my damp beauty blender, and I just go in, press that yellow in under my eyes, and then go over the green as well, just to get it pressed into the skin. And then I go in with my foundation. I just bought this one a couple days ago, and I'm really liking it. I had actually bought this kind before, the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. I bought it before in a darker color, and it was just too dark and too orange for my skin tone. So I ended up using that mixed with another foundation just to not waste product. But I went back and got the right color, and I'm really enjoying this one. So I just like to squeeze it onto my finger and dab it around my face. This is actually the lightest color they carry in this foundation because I'm super pale like that. And then once I have it all spread out over my face, go in again with the beauty blender and just bounce that foundation into my skin. Once I'm happy with the way my foundation is looking, I go in with my concealer. Right now I'm using the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous in the shade Light because I'm super light. I just always go in under my eyes first because I do have bags. This concealer has a little bit of a yellowish tinge to it, which is great for canceling out the blue underneath my eyes as well. And then again, just over any blemished areas I have. And any areas you want to highlight. Again, Beauty Blender. Pat it out under the eyes. I also like to use the concealer on my eyelids as well, just to cancel out any veins or redness or anything on my eyelids. Get it all one even color. And because I do have super oily skin, I always set my concealer and my foundation with powders. I always like to go in with my NYX Highlight and Contour Palette, which is this guy right here. I use a mixture of the peachy and the yellow shade to go in underneath my eyes. Gives it just a nice lighter finish. And I also do my forehead and nose and chin with that same combo. And then for the rest of my face, I like to go in with my e.l.f. What is this? Sheer setting powder. Tap some into the lid. It is kind of messy to deal with because it's a loose powder. Tap off the excess and just bounce that into the rest of my face. Again, really going over the oily parts of my face because I don't want to be shiny throughout the day. And bring it down your neck. Once my face is set, I like to go in and do my eyebrows. So I start with a spoolie and just kind of get them set into place. And then I go in, I use one of my e.l.f. eyeshadow palettes. It's got a really nice brown that I like to use to fill in my eyebrows. And I already have pretty thick eyebrows, but I just like to fill in any little gaps where I don't see a lot of hair and just sharpen up that arch a little bit as well. And then again, I go in with my spoolie just to make sure they're all in place. Next, I like to go in with my bronzer. I don't usually contour on an everyday basis, so instead I'll go in with just a bronze to warm up my face. This is the CoverGirl Clean Glow Bronzer in the shade 120 Spices. So I'll just swirl my brush in there. I just use a large, I think this is a blush brush, a large blush brush. And I'll just go in, warm up my cheeks a little bit. Don't have to be super careful about this, just kind of warm up your face a little bit. And you can always do under your jaw a little bit to help define your jawline. So on an everyday basis, I don't usually go too crazy with my eyes. I usually use my e.l.f. palette, the same one I use for my eyebrows. I go in with this light cream color. You can tell I use it a lot because it's almost gone. And I just sweep that across my entire eyelid from lash line to brow. And then I'll switch to a little bit of a fluffier brush. And I'll go in with this kind of a medium brown color, which is also almost gone because I use it a lot. And I'll take that and just stick it right in my crease, kind of darken that up a little bit to give it a natural shadow. And same thing on the other eye, obviously. Just darken up that crease. And then some days I'll go in with just a light sweep of a lighter color over my eyelid. And then if I'm feeling really glamorous that day, I'll go in with a shimmer shade like this light one down here and brush that over my eyelid. Just to get it a little bit of dimension. A little bit of shabam. So just super, super simple with the eyes. I like this look because it's just easy to throw on and go. So that's really it. You can go in underneath the bottom if you want. Take this kind of a medium brown, tap it off, go in under the eye if you want. It just kind of gives a little more something something under the eye because I don't usually like to bring my eyeliner down there. So we'll just pop that in, kind of bring the look together a little bit. And I like to take a nice shimmery eyeshadow or even a highlight from my highlight and contour palette and take this shimmery highlight and just go in, pop it in the corner of the eye just to brighten the eyes up, make you look awake. Super simple. You could leave it just at this if you don't want to have a really bold eye look. I still like to go in with a little bit of eyeliner. I just take it right across or right in the lash line. So I don't actually bring it up onto my lid. It's just right in the lash line. That way when you put mascara on, it just gives it that nice dark lash line. And I don't bring it all the way to the inner corner of my eye either. I usually stop just over halfway in. I am using the Great Lash mascara by Maybelline in Big Blackest Black. I like my mascara really dark. I don't always curl my lashes either because I do have fairly long lashes. So I just don't bother curling them. Starting at the very root, just go in and sweep it on up. Wiggle it a little bit. Get them good and coated. And I don't usually bother doing my lower lashes at all if it's just a simple everyday look. So next I'm going to go in with a little bit of blush. I'm using the e.l.f. Candid Coral today. It's just a nice soft, it's almost like a brownish peachy color. I just go in with a nice fluffy blush brush. I actually find this isn't a very pigmented blush, but it just gives you a nice little bit of color to your cheeks. So just right on the apples. My trick for putting on blush is just do your little smile. And you can see where the plump part of your cheeks is. And I just dab it on there and bring it up just a little bit. I don't usually wear a highlight on my face every day, But if I do, I like to go in with the more peachy color in my NYX Contour and Highlight Palette. And I just take a nice little fan brush, kind of go over it a little bit, and just give a little glow to the top of my cheeks. And again, I don't do this every day, but I do it some days, so I thought I'd show you. Just a little shimmer. And I also like to bring it on the bridge of my nose, just a little. And a little bit right on my cupid's bow. Just helps define your lips a little. And some days I'll just leave it at that. I don't bother with lipstick. But lots of days I like to have a little pop of color on my lips. So today I'm just going to pop on some Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color. This one's in the shade Obsession. If you read my blog, you know I really like these liquid lipsticks. I think they do a really good job for being a drugstore liquid lipstick. And there's the finished look. Please, 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 please. Wow, I suck at this. Okay. Oh, stuff is so messy. Pigmented. Pigmented? I actually find this. How does everyone make this look so easy on YouTube? Okay.